large space. So I think there are a few things here which I think are very interesting points. I think all national regulators do have their own point of view and will continue to do so because they are regulating for their national population. So every individual application will be assessed for quality, safety and efficacy relative to their jurisdiction, which is typically their national geographic boundaries. So a decision which may be made here in India may be different to a decision which is made in Brazil or in Russia or in the US or in Europe. And that's perfectly understandable because the situation on the ground is completely different. And it's a very difficult and subjective assessment. In terms of harmonization, certainly on the quality side, we see a number of different sorts of standards which are being applied, certainly relative to the environment on the ground. We have the India Schedule C, also, which is currently under review. WHO standards, usually for a non-regulated market, and then we have the PICS countries and the non-PICS countries whom are regulated, but even PICS countries not recognizing each other's inspections, as well as the EMA and the FDA, although working in greater collaboration on GMP and GCP issues, also taking very different points of view and very different approaches to manufacturing compliance. Then on the innovator side, you get into very different approaches towards drug development. If you look at in India, we were talking earlier about Schedule Y. One of the things which I struggle with in Schedule Y is the toxicology testing requirements for acute toxicity in 2 species in rodents for clinical trials to be run in India. And obviously, as Glenmark is headquartered in India, we like to do a lot of work here. We have the infrastructure, but we find that we are running studies specifically to support starting clinical trials in India that have no scientific merit in countries that we eventually would like to take our applications to, especially on the innovator side for monoclonals as well as small molecule research. And then even, you get into the large-scale clinical development, and again, you have very different approaches and evolving approaches going on in the US and Europe, as well as certainly in a lot of the markets in which Glenmark operates. As you know, we're very big in the emerging markets, where there's now an increasing requirement for local clinical trial data, particularly in Russia. We see it now in Mexico. So the reasons for this are not always clear, and I think there has to be a greater harmonization of data requirements if research is to be efficient and effective. We can't develop a molecule with a separate development pathway for every single country in which we operate, and we operate in over 80 countries.